It's December and it's time to start reflecting. It's crazy how we're at the end of the year. Like it just goes too fast. It goes too quick. It goes too quick for sure. But we want to start reflecting on the things we've been doing this year, the things we're proud of, the things we've accomplished, the obstacles that we faced and we have overcome, or that we're still trying to overcome. And yeah, it's time to start reflecting. So let's start with the episode. Welcome to another episode of Automatic School. We have another solo episode, and it is in my room. I am super excited. I don't have the car today, so I'm kind of glad that it's kind of cozy here. It's not like super cold, and I get to like wear my sweater and be in pajamas. So I'm really excited about that. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. That was my foot. I'm sorry. And subscribe. And if you're listening on Spotify, don't forget to follow there. Oh, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, don't forget to follow there. And in Spotify, you can comment there as well. And so let's start with the episode. So reflecting, I think December, it's always been like a month for, it's always gonna be a month for reflecting, you know, like what we've done, what we have accomplished, and obstacles and whatnot. And it's a great way to start creating momentum for the next year and the first month, which is January, and start working towards it. Start planning, start creating our vision boards, start creating our manifestations of like, start visualizing on what we want, asking ourselves those questions, or journaling and asking ourselves those questions of like who do I want to be next year, what do I want to do next year, what do I want to accomplish next year, and what are the habits, you know, creating that SMART goals of like specific, measurable, what's the A? Specific, measurable, relatively, I think that, you know where I'm getting at. So I think reflecting again is a really important thing to do this month. And if you feel like you haven't accomplished a lot this year, that's a lie. Like that's a complete lie. I'm pretty sure there's something there. And when you're reflecting, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be only external stuff like money or any like material thing, earthly things that we call it. It could also be like internal, like the internal work that you've been doing. Like, have you reacted differently to certain situations? Have you set your boundaries? Have you tried new things? Have you I don't know what else. Have you like eaten healthier? Have you made healthier choices in whatever area in your life? Have you meditated more? Do you feel more peaceful? Like, how do you normally feel? Did you read more? Did you learn more? Did you watch a podcast this year? Did you open your mind a bit more? Were you open to the possibilities? And you know, stuff like that. It's not only just material stuff, because for a lot of us, when we reflect, at least for me, I used to like, oh, I didn't do anything this year. Like, I did the episodes, but then I didn't get no followers, I didn't get no views. But putting out episodes in itself is a huge accomplishment for me, because, you know, I'm someone who procrastinates a lot. I'm someone that gets into funks a lot. Like, I don't know if I'm depression or not, but, you know, I always try to get back to it. And even literally a week ago, I was in that funk and I didn't record nor posted any episodes for 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. But now I'm back at it, and it's like, this in itself is a problem, because I'm not letting time go as quick as I'm not letting time be, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not letting it like go further into like a month or anything like that. And even doing those funks, I still do things to start creating that momentum to do and record these episodes, and to do the other things that I'm also working on. And so reflecting is really important, and it's going to be essential, especially so that we all have clarity on what we want to do next year. And we're gonna have like these big goals for next year, and we're gonna start creating, or we're gonna start reflecting like, okay, what can I do this first month, and how is it gonna lead me to these goals? What can I do next month? And kind of like planning and what's the word that I'm looking for? I lost my words today. Um, it's rectifying, is that the word? Or start editing, pretty much, like, to do basic vocabulary. Start editing and doing things differently if need to be. And this month is gonna be a great way to start that, to do that thing of again, planning properly and starting today, like literally starting this month into starting to get to where you want to be and like the goals that you have. So don't delay it until January 1st for you to start the thing. Like, start creating momentum now. And that's, again, the importance of reflecting and like seeing what we have accomplished, and reviewing if this is something we still want to keep going, or should we still continue but then try something else. A lot of inner dialogue with yourself, like, is this still what I want? Do I want to try something different this year? And planning, literally just planning. So that's really like the the main topic of this podcast, and it's really, really short, but it's really important, and sometimes we forget to do those things, and we gotta start reflecting, because we want to have an amazing year next year. And for many of us, if you relate to like what I'm doing with my story, it was a lot of like being consistent with myself, those small steps, those small wins. And even though we didn't see a lot of like big wins of like maybe 1,000 subscribers would have been like a big win, but this past week I got four new subscribers, so that it's a small win, but it's a win in itself, and it's a win that I'm super proud of, and yeah, it's being proud of like things that we've accomplished, the obstacles that we faced and overcome, and the obstacles that we're still working on, but we know that's not gonna backtrack us, or it's not gonna completely sabotage the progress that we made, and we're not gonna give up. So reflect on those things, reflect on everything you've done this year, and start planning for next month, next year. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's a really small episode, or it's a really small reminder for a lot of us, but I think it's really important, and hopefully it made sense. I didn't really plan the episode, so I think that's why it's so small, and it's just a really simple thing. So yes, with that being said, if you're watching again on YouTube, please subscribe, comment, like, share, because that really supports the podcast. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, follow there. And if you're in Spotify, you can also comment there. So please comment, because that really supports the podcast. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Have an amazing, beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one.